Why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. Joe Tam, New York Presbyterian. I'm the Senior Director of Digital Marketing.
All right. And I'm Eric Weisberg. I'm Global Chief Creative Officer at Havas Health Network. We're here live in Hall B, looking at all of the digital health products coming online. We just had a floor tour. We're walking around seeing all this stuff. Like, what is the one thing, Joe, that blew your mind?
Blew my mind. I mean, I got to say, like that smart mirror from, was it Withings?
Badass, isn't it?
I mean, I would like to have one of those in my home.
I mean, incredible, right? You walk up, it's measuring all of your vitals, it's using AI to predict what it's seeing there and patterns of what you...
I mean, what's great about it is like, it's something you can have in a home setting, but also in a clinical setting. Yeah. And it's, potential applications are pretty interesting.
Yeah. What do you think, in terms of the clinical setting is I think an important point, because one of the things that we saw here, you see consumer brands wanting to become health brands, you see health brands wanting to become far more consumer driven, but one of the things that seems clear is that physicians are going to start putting more technology in consumers' hands that they want to go home from appointments with. How do you think that's going to change your business?
I mean, it's interesting because as a hospital and health system, we're primarily, what we do on a fundamental basis is helping patients get well, right? But we definitely see that there's a hunger and appetite for consumers, for people to take more proactive management of their health. Yeah. And the proliferation of these type of devices, technologies, that's what really enables them to do that. So I think there's a lot of partnership opportunities for healthcare providers and institutions like ourselves to look at, are there certain technologies that we can put in the hands of our patients so that they have, more proactive ways to manage their health, and so that when they do come to our offices, we have a more robust view of their health data and information that can really help things like diagnosis, but also just get them well for the long term.
Yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense. What do you think, when you go back, what do you say to everyone on the team, the one thing we have to do is blank?
The one thing we have to do, I'm going to go with what I said. I think it's exploring partnerships with the innovators in this space. We're not, as a hospital and health system, we're not going to be the ones that are creating these radical devices, but it's finding the right companies and the right brands, the right innovators in this space that can, again, put the power in the hands of our patients to better manage their health, and look at what are those type of partnerships that make sense for us. Yeah,
I think we saw the one of the things is about healthy aging, right?
Yeah.
How do we get people, how do we diagnose them, how do we give them the tools to age better? We saw AARP. That feels like a really interesting space for a big health system to get into.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually pretty fascinated that out of all the exhibitors here at the CES, or the Digital Health Hall, the AARP was like, they have one of the biggest exhibit areas. That was actually kind of surprising to see, but it actually makes a ton of sense. Healthy aging as a trend, as a lifestyle movement, that's definitely where the direction is going. So it makes a ton of sense for them to kind of be that aggregator or collector of people that are doing some very, very interesting stuff in this space.
All right, well, thanks for talking with us.
Have
a great CES and a great trip home.
All right, thanks for a great tour.
All right, cheers.